So there's a lot going on in Canada right now, but two of the main things are everything is way too expensive and everybody hates Justin Trudeau. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, everybody. Before we get into it, I do want to encourage everyone to smash the like button and subscribe if you have yet already. It does really help grow the channel, as well as just a soft reminder that this is Mr. Sunshine Extra, so I may look familiar from other channels, but I'd really appreciate it if you guys showed this channel the same love that you do with other channels. We're going to be talking about the two things that I just started off with this video. Everything is too expensive and everybody hates Justin Trudeau. The mainstream media is now realizing this. So we're going to take a look at Nanos polling, that what they have to say on CTV about everybody doesn't like Justin Trudeau. And then we're going to take a look at breakfast television and how they're realizing, well, gas is really expensive. I wonder how that happened. It's kind of crazy. You got all these historically liberal, mainstream media channels, mainstream media outlets, mainstream media TV places, right? They all support Justin Trudeau in one way or another. They think that the Conservative Party, they think that Pierre is maybe a little bit too extreme or radical, which doesn't even make any sense at all. Pierre is like super vanilla. He's not extreme or radical by any means. In fact, he's like a little bit progressive for a conservative when you compare it to like America, let's say. All these people are now realizing, oh, our corporation now has to pay an exorbitant amount of money for capital gains? We didn't see that coming, but we still support Trudeau. Oh, we also have to pay for gas and groceries like every other person that lives in this country, and it's very expensive. I don't know if I support Justin Trudeau anymore. So it's very interesting how the more expensive life becomes, the more these mainstream channels, the more, that you have these establishments of influence in quotation marks, how they're kind of turning a little bit on Trudeau and NDP and all these policies. But enough about all that stuff. Let's actually take a look at these videos here.
There's a lot of palpable pessimism, I suppose you could say, especially among the youth of Canada, young voters. You've been doing some tracking on that sentiment as well, and what have you found?
Yeah, this is kind of like, I'll call it the Nanos polling therapy couch for citizens, right? We ask people what emotions they would use to describe how they feel about the government in Ottawa, not the Liberals, right? Or not Justin Trudeau, just generally the government in Ottawa. There are like two positive things, anger and pessimism. Those are the two negative things. The two positive things are optimism and satisfaction. And then there's kind of disinterest, which is kind of in the middle. What we've seen is the anger quotient has hit a new record in our tracking on this. About 31% of Canadians say that would use words like anger to describe how they feel about the federal government. That's up a full 6 percentage points. And that anger quotient, Michael, if you're from the West, like Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, you are very angry. 45% of Canadians in those provinces would use the word anger. Pessimism is also significant. And the other thing is for young people, one of the things that we're seeing is that they're becoming more and more disinterested. It's kind of like they're unplugging because they're so upset about how things are. And, disinterest nationally is around 11%. Among young people, it's 17%. But, right now, only 21% of Canadians say that they're either satisfied or optimistic, while more than 6 out of every 10 would use words like pessimism or anger to describe how they feel in terms of the government in Ottawa.
I mean, that's a huge challenge for the parties, potentially going into a federal election, in the coming year. I mean, how do you react to that, especially if you're the Liberal government and the budget that we've just seen, or another major party?
So the big question is, this survey was done for Bloomberg before the federal budget, right? It was just released. Question is, does the budget really change anything? Like, if you're angry and pessimistic, are the Liberals kind of like now Charlie Brown's teacher, kind of like wah, 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 where people are so angry and pessimistic, they just don't hear what they have to say. I think that's the challenge that the Liberals have. However, if you are the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, you're trying to ride this wave of anger. Because you know what? If people are angry, you don't have to worry about calling them to remind them to vote, because they're angry. They'll get out and they will get out and want to punish the incumbent government of the day. So
I don't want to say that Pierre Poilievre doesn't add a flair in a positive way to all of this, because he does. He offers he's a beacon of hope, and it's amazing. I mean, the way he talks, the way he, debunks a lot of the corruption, the way he's able to filibuster for 4 hours. He really does seem like he's got the right intentions and he's doing everything for the people, right? There hasn't been any gaps in that. He's got very good armor in that sense. He's been very consistent. That being said, I do believe that even if it was somebody else running, people would be flocking to that person, no matter who it is, no matter, like, even if it was Andrew Scheer or O'Toole again. Like, I mean, yeah, they're not as popular, and I don't think they even have the ability to be as popular as Pierre Poilievre, but there's so much hatred for Trudeau that people are looking for someone to be that beacon of hope. And so I think there would still be the same amount of hatred for Trudeau. But it's awesome that the right guy has showed up at the right time, which is Pierre Poilievre.
For Pierre Poilievre, the leader of the Conservative Party, he's probably looking at numbers like this and thinking, how can we stoke the anger? How can we stoke the pessimism, in order to create the conditions for an election that's based on time for a change, at least if you're the Conservatives. And then if you're the Liberals, you probably want to say, this is a bad time for change. Or the other change is not good change. And that's probably going to be the main battleground. But these feelings really give a sense of how where people are at right now when it comes to the government in Ottawa.
I think everybody is just fed up, and whether it's Pierre Poilievre who's running or whether it is, somebody else, I think you're still going to see the same amount of F Trudeau protests, because the protests that are happening, all of the solidarity for people coming together to basically shit on Justin Trudeau, that's not coming from let's go Pierre, F you Trudeau. It's literally just F you Trudeau, and the people that are there, quite a bit of them, support Pierre. Maybe some don't. That doesn't even matter. The protests, all of the voice, all of the hatred is directed at Trudeau, and it's not always backed by, we support this person, so F you. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Although Pierre is doing a phenomenal job of, I don't want to say taking advantage of this opportunity, but I guess taking advantage of this opportunity. He's coming at the right time. He's saying the right things. I mean, he's been very consistent. He's an awesome debater. He's a master debater. Okay. He's doing a really, really good job of capitalizing on this really vulnerable moment that the Liberals have put themselves in, as would any other great leader who's running for prime minister. So you can't blame Justin Trudeau. But who you can blame are these people right here on screen. These people, this is breakfast television is a liberal, historically, it's a liberal outlet that props up Justin Trudeau and the NDP, if I am not mistaken. And now they're blown away at the current price of gas. How did this happen? How did we get here? Well, you guys, that's how. You are the toxins that have provided this toxic fuel. Let's take a look.
The other thing I want to dive into here is somewhere in the 905, there's a gas station that I frequent, because we have our frequents, right? When it comes to gas station.
Oh, yeah.
There's video of me pumping gas, and like my car's here, and I violently go, what is going on here? Because it wouldn't stop.
The price.
It wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that hasn't really happened.
First of all, I just want to say, since this is a liberal, more leaning television show, I think that it's very hypocritical and disingenuous for him to have a gasoline car. I think that we all need to do our part in fighting climate change. And I think that he should be penalized heavily and have 75% capital gains tax over $50,000 worth of income for admitting the fact that he has a gasoline car and being outraged by the price of fuel. Why don't you have an electric vehicle, sir? Do you not care about the environment? Are you trying to kill us all? Because we're all going to die, I think. I mean, that's the rumor.
Because I'm a regular car filler?
Filler-upper.
Are you a regular car filler-upper?
No,
I'm
no,
once
I
a week,
risk it.
same time.
I risk it.
You risk it?
Oh, yeah.
My anxiety
fast
levels.
and loose. I run low on the tank. Yeah,
How?
I add really
Mary,
a lot
how?
of joy to my life.
You are
yeah.
the epitome of organized. This
I
this
am.
blows my mind.
know, it's a
She's
real-
one of the most organized
Yeah.
human beings I've ever. The show ends.
Not with
9
gas.
things to do that after.
Yeah, no.
That's Meredith Shaw.
Yeah, not with gas.
So you play with fire
Oh, yeah,
every
fast
time.
and loose every day. I got in, I'm like, oh, will I make it? Who knows? Yeah, that's the
You
game
play,
I play.
Will I make it?
Yeah. I calculate how many kilometers are left, right? Yes, I do.
Sorry, you're not the only one here that does this? Camille, are you Florida Director Camille? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm like, I can make it.
Janina, 100% Janina would do
Thank you.
that. I love
Not
you, Janina.
alone.
I knew Janina would do that, 100%.
I'm not alone. Yeah.
Okay, then maybe I'm alone. But I couldn't. Sorry, what I'm trying to get at here,
Yeah, the
and I
point
think
of this-
we're on the same page.
We are.
What on earth is happening at the pumps right now? And it's not. I mean, like gas prices in and around the city Friday through to yesterday, 170.9 a liter to 172.9 a liter. Add the carbon tax increase that happened April 1st to that, and it's just
Pick
felt.
up some groceries on the way home,
That.
and then, good luck to all of us.
It felt odd. Like, did you have the similar feeling, Mary?
I did, because I filled up
Wow.
this weekend, because I hadn't filled up really since, because you know me, fast and loose. I hadn't filled up since the announcement had been made with the price increase. And I filled up sort of right before. And I was, I mean, it just reminded me of pandemic days, of just with that
yeah.
massive increase and seeing those numbers, thinking like, is this about gas in my car? Or am I, in a casino? Like, wait, it was really shocking. So, I don't know, Sid. Tough stuff. Tough stuff on a Monday we're talking about.
I mean,
We're in it together. That's what they said, right?
I did have whiplash going back to the price counter there at the pump, and I'm thinking to myself, we're kind of here now.
Yeah.
And I think it means bad news for some people sitting in government, and we know who they are. But I'm not normally turn my head guy like that because I'm not regular with the pumping. It doesn't get that out of the ordinary for me. Wow, did I notice that over the weekend? And and Canadians coast to coast, or no, never mind in the GTA, coast to coast. Hopefully, we can get some relief soon. If we don't, we're going to have some changes in multiple governments. But hopefully, you got through the weekend. That aside,
This is what happens when you vote for communism. This is the byproduct of every single person, every single media outlet that has tried to make a buck, that has tried to get these government handouts, these incentives by propping up the liberals. This is what happens when you remove the free market and you add a government-funded media like CBC, right? And they get billions of dollars, $1.5 billion, $1.8 billion, multiple billions of dollars. Who cares at this point of government subsidized money to prop up our current government so they can maintain their position in government. And then everybody's like, how the hell did we get here? I don't know. Government propaganda, perhaps? Maybe the fact that this is what people elected, this is what people voted for. And it sucks because now we're playing the time game. We're waiting till the next election, whether there's a snap election, whether the coalition ends early, or whether it goes the distance to fall of 2025, which is the next scheduled federal election. We have to vote our way out of this. And the only way we could do that is if normies, people that really don't watch these videos, people that don't watch the news, maybe occasionally they come across this on their television, we have to inform them of, hey, do you want to continue paying high prices for groceries and gas? Because this is the misconception that people have. What goes up must come down, right? Just because it's high right now, it doesn't mean that it's going to be high forever. Yes, that's actually false. Absolutely. This can be the new normal. This is set to be the new normal. This is going to be the new normal with a liberal government because they don't know how to manage money. They don't know how to balance budgets. Out of their own mouths, they've said the budgets balance themselves. So unless you want to pay $1.80 to $2.25 a liter for gas, and you want to pay way more for groceries than you ever should, then continue voting liberal. Continue propping these people up. Or we could take a chance on the conservative government that seems to already be promoting cheaper cost of living for Canadians, and they have a plan in place. All right, that's where we're going to end today's video. Love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. On your way out, I would like to really encourage you guys to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet already. It does really help grow the channel. We are very close to 10,000 subscribers. Really appreciate it if we got there sooner than later, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.